What's going on, Freightskills? Welcome to another video, and in this video we are going to talk about time blocking your day as a freight broker. One of the most common, not complicated, questions that I get from people on email, Facebook group, and all that stuff is, what should I spend my time doing as a freight broker? Should I be calling customers all day? Do I need to be dispatching trucks, calling carriers? Like, what do I do? So in this video, I want to put a little bit of clarity around that and explain how you should think about your day as a freight broker, because logistics is a very all over the place industry, right? There's a lot going on at all times. It's hard to take and separate the priorities from the stuff that maybe you shouldn't be worrying about. This video is not going to be a 8 to 9 o'clock do this, 10 to 11 o'clock do this. Instead, I'm going to try to explain the big buckets of things that you should be focusing on and how to structure them based on priorities. All right, so it's an interesting topic. Hopefully you get some value from it. And if you've ever gotten any value from me at all, it would mean a lot to me if you hit that subscribe button down below. I was checking the stats the other day, and believe it or not, a lot of people, about 70% of the people that watch my videos do not subscribe to the channel, which is pretty amazing, but it helps a lot to spread the message to more people if you do hit that subscribe button. So let's get right into how you should be structuring your day as a freight broker. And now this has nothing to do with to-do lists or checklists or anything like that. Instead, I'm going to tell you how to prioritize your day. Because instead of just making a big list and saying like, oh, at 9 o'clock I'm gonna call this guy, at 10 o'clock I'm gonna call this guy, and at 1 o'clock I'm gonna send this bill, and 2 o'clock I'm gonna get my lunch. Instead, we're gonna talk about, from very high level, what should you be focusing on. What I did was I divided the entire day up into 4 distinct blocks. All right, we grouped some things together inside of those blocks, because you have to remember from the start that freight brokering is very unpredictable. The reason that is so is because trucks are very unpredictable. Drivers are very unpredictable. Customers are unpredictable. Everything about this industry is unpredictable. So you cannot possibly sit down and say, this is everything I'm gonna do today, and do it all. It just never works like that. I've been trying to do it for 12 years, and sometimes I still sit down with some intentions to get things done, and I'll have 300 emails by 12 o'clock. So my day is pretty much dictated by that. Right? We're trying to avoid that as much as possible, but sometimes you just can't. The first block, the first part of time to your day has to be focused around the very most important thing, the thing that your business is going to live or die on, and that is customer service. So that means the first thing that you do every single day is not going to be calling customers. Even though you need customers, we're gonna get to that. The first thing that you do is going to be servicing the customers that you already have. That is what we are going to call our active load block. All of your active loads need to be tracked, accounted for, confirmed, booked, and that status relayed to the customer, right? You need to make sure that there's no problems with pickups. Everything's delivering on time. There's not going to be any missed appointments. All of the drivers are awake and ready to go. If you do not focus on delivering a high quality service that you tell everybody about while you're doing your cold calls, nobody is going to give you any more chances. So, before you go get more, you have to prove that you can manage what you already have. That means that the first thing that you do every single day is focusing on what you already have. Quotes outstanding, loads moving, loads picking up, loads delivering. Okay? Very easy, very straightforward. That is your first time block. Your second time block is going to be sales, because after customer service, once you get that whole block figured out, now you need to start making some sales. You're not trying to hire people, you're not going to lunch, going to get a haircut. No, the second block of your day, which if you want a time, should be between, I would say anywhere from 10 to 2 p.m. could be your second block. Because if you don't have a lot of sales right now and you're a one-person show, that is going to be where you need to focus the bulk of your efforts. So that second block is going to be sales, sending LinkedIn messages, calling people, following up with people, getting on conference calls. Everything that you need to do to get sales needs to be done in that second block. That is priority number 2. Priority number 1 is customer service. Priority number 2 is making more sales, making more connections. And keep in mind, this can be a lot of things. It's different for everybody. Maybe your method is by DMing people on LinkedIn or Facebook. Maybe you go into groups and you try to message with people. Maybe you're doing cold calling, mail, customer visits. Whatever it is that you want to do, that's your second time block, okay? Time block number 3. Now we're into the early to late afternoon. That is when you do your admin work, your dispatching, your tracking. After you do a good amount of sales, which is after you confirm that all of your stuff is going, you usually need to do a second check on all of that stuff to make sure it's in order. So this is just a duplicate of your first customer service block, right? So in our first block, we tried to cover all of our loads, track them, make sure they're going on time. In our second block, we're going to retrack them all, make sure that they're going well, see if there's anything that we need to do, and we're gonna do some of our admin work and our billing work, right? We're gonna make sure that our carriers are getting paid. We're gonna make sure that we're getting paid. We're gonna make sure that all of our paperwork is in order, right? Because we can't neglect that part of the business. It's part of providing customer service, because our customers need to get our bills so that they could bill their customers. They need their proofs of delivery, all of that good stuff, all right? So to reiterate, the first block is gonna be customer service. Right, we're not worried about anything else, just getting our loads picked up and delivered on time. Second block is going to be sales. That's making new connections, reaching out to people on LinkedIn, maybe visiting people, going to have lunch with a customer, whatever it is. That's your second block. Third block is going to be some admin, billing, and a repeat of the first block. So we have 2 blocks of the day, of the 4, dedicated to customer service. Now, why are we not dedicating to growth yet? Why are we not focused on marketing? Why are we not focused on hiring agents and all of that stuff? The reason is, if you're watching this video, you are probably not in the space that you need to be in order to be focusing on those things yet, right? So my job as a coach of sorts in this industry is to help you focus on the right things. And if you're looking up how to structure your day as a freight broker, odds are you're not ready to hire an agent yet. So keep that in mind. I'm always gonna give it to you straight, and there it is. If you're watching this video, you most likely are not ready to hire agents, hire dispatchers, hire anybody. You need to be focused on growth, building your little foundation so that you can focus on that later. And I have plenty of other videos on that stuff. Just focus on this one right now. And now the 4th and final time block of your day, and the reason it's the final time block of your day is because you need to have a life outside of freight. If you just do freight and sales and LinkedIn and everything all day, and you don't take any breaks for family time and the stuff that really matters, the stuff that's important, you're gonna get burned out and you're not gonna last very long in the industry. All right, so make sure you do put a stop time to your day, whether that's 6 p.m., 7 p.m. If you're newer, I would go towards 6:30 because you can attack the West Coast market at those times from the east. But if you're more seasoned and you have a little bit of momentum, end your day at 5:30, 5 o'clock, have some fun. Don't make your entire life about freight, because that's just gonna stress you out. Freight's a very, very stressful thing as you get more involved in it, all right? So you need some time to decompress. So that last time block, which should be the last like hour to hour and a half of your day, is going to be planning for your next day. See what loads you're covering in the morning. See what prospects you wanna follow up with and call, new ones that you wanna call. See what admin stuff you wanna handle for the next day, right? If you spend that last hour to hour and a half prepping for the next day, you're gonna be 90% more efficient when that day actually comes. All right, so that's why we dedicated a whole block to getting that prep done, getting ready. All right, so succeeding in this chaotic industry is all about who can organize themselves the best and execute on that organization, right? So start keeping that in mind. Even though you're small now, if you're not, well, not small, but if you're not at the size of brokerage that you want to be at, these problems that you're experiencing and these frustrations and these blockades holding you down are only going to magnify as you grow, okay? So right now, what I'm doing is I'm laying the groundwork for you to have a solid foundation to grow from. And that's gonna put you in a much better position as we go along this journey. So now, if this video helped you, like always, make sure you like this video so that more people can get exposed to this content. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any of our future updates. And now, before I go, what I do want to do is invite you to join my free Facebook group. This is where I hang out all day with all of my other broker friends. I help with questions just like the one that I just answered for you, and I help on a much more personal basis. So if you ask a question, most likely I'm going to be the one answering it. It's the best way to get closer to me for free. So that is going to be in the description. You're going to see a headline. It says join the free group. Click that link and just enter your information. I'll send you an invitation and accept it myself. So until the next video, I hope this one helped, and I'll see you soon.